Well, it's official. I've just made the stupidest decision I could ever make. I had the dream job that allowed me to travel the world, work premieres plus events, and be involved in some really cool campaigns, but I decided to quit. I started working at Amazon when I was 18 as an apprentice before moving into a full-time role, and whilst I think it's a great fast track into corporate, it's insanely intense, and you have to be a certain type of person to be able to hack it at such a young age. I've worked tirelessly for the last 2.5 years, and I fear that if I had kept on going at the rate I would have run myself into the ground. It was a stable job that looked impressive, and I was earning a great salary for a 20-year-old. I told myself that feeling unsure or unhappy was just part of being an adult, and that if I stayed disciplined and grateful, everything would eventually click into place, but it didn't. And I had to have quite a hard conversation with myself and admit that this wasn't what I wanted anymore, and it wasn't making me happy. I think one of the hardest parts about leaving is knowing that other people view it as such a success, and when something is so clearly good on paper, you start to feel like you need a bigger, more justifiable reason to walk away from it. But I didn't have a dramatic breaking point, I just had a persistent feeling that this wasn't the life I wanted to build, at least not right now, so I made the tough decision to leave. The uncertainty that comes next is going to be uncomfortable, and it was scary to step away from something so structured, but what felt even worse was the idea of stagnating somewhere that didn't feel aligned simply just because it felt safe. I thought pushing through discomfort was the same as growth, but I'm learning that there's a difference between doing hard things that stretch you and staying in situations that slowly shrink you. Leaving doesn't mean I failed or that I couldn't handle it. It means I listened to myself when something didn't feel right, even though it would have been easier to ignore. I'm only 20, I'm allowed to make decisions that don't make sense to everyone, and I'm allowed to change my mind, but most importantly, I think this will be the first of many uncomfortable and difficult decisions I'll have to make across my career. If you followed me for a while, you'll know that I have the tendency to take the unconventional path, so I guess it only seems fitting that I now do the same with my career. I have a lot of big things that I need to make happen in 2026, so follow along if you want to see what comes next and sort of like my journey as I try my best to figure it all out and navigate through.